Hey, Gavanon, everyone. I noticed that I haven't made a Lord of the Rings video in a long time, so I thought I'd just click on the OBS studio and see what we could pick up. So here what we're doing is I'm just running around with a level 71 archer, hunter type character. At level 71, you've got all your stuff, pretty much. All of the skills are filled up. There's one there. I still need one more point in my points available to get all the skills. Couple here, but mostly all the skills are got and they're nearly filled up. So what does that say? 3 levels or so, and we'll fill that up. So at level 75 probably we'll have the whole thing filled up. I'm just collecting a few stable masters. What they did in the Troll Shows was they redid all the stable masters. So these old characters that I have haven't that we had to, they were all reset for all the characters, so you have to go around and collect them all again. It's a while since this character's been there, but anyway, excuse me, sorry for the coughing, it's very nasty. Alright, so we're heading back to Thornhound. What we're doing at the moment is we're going around and collecting the Grey Company. This is the men of the North, the Dunedain, who are all going to ride south down through west of the Misty Mountains to join Aragorn just before the Battle of Helm's Deep in the story. So the game gives us a storyline for us to go and gather them up, tell them Aragorn needs help, and pull them all together and head down east of the Misty Mountains through Dunland and then Idwaith to do that. So we've just collected the first guy. He's called Radonir, and we're about to get our mission to go off and see the next guy. So well done me. There we are, done. And we're going to go and talk to Candaith at Weathertop. Oh. These flashing, when it's flaming like that, it's one of the epic quests. And so I just collected that stable master at...
What can I do for you?
Let's see if we can get any further out of here. No, I collected the stable master at the last bridge, which gets us most of the way to... I don't have... My hunter should have a shortcut to Oscaruth, but doesn't. I don't know why. It mustn't have done the quests, or maybe it wasn't available at the time this character did the quests. A lot has changed in the game over time. Another one that's interesting is that somebody put a comment in one of my other videos saying that they were quite impressed that I could cosmetically equip a costume that the character was too low a level to have acquired through gameplay, and the answer to that is, or at least it used to be, I'm not sure if it still is true, and the same thing applies here. This guy's wearing the Rangers of the North cosmetic outfit, the Rangers cosmetic outfit, and you get this when you've gone through a whole bunch more levels. But the fact is, once you've got it, you can throw any piece of costume into the wardrobe, or at least you used to be able to. And can I get to? Cannot. Let's get. Well, we'll do a bit of the journey in this way. Oh, look, we've got a deer. The whatchamacallums, the deer, the stables, the mounts that you get in the stables in the Troll Shows are all deer, because they're elves, so they ride deer rather than, or elk, deer, whatever. Here's the stable at Oscaruth. Now, I don't know why I haven't got the travel to Oscaruth. I don't think I'll bother trying to find out now, but what we want to do is see if this guy can get us to the last...
What do you want?
Candaith's encampment. Can we get there? Travel for free. This is where we want to go anyway. Go and see Candaith at Weathertop. We probably have a... So you go and you collect all the rangers. They're dotted all around the... We'll just get the map up here in a second. See if we can see them. So the rangers are all dotted around the whole of Eriador, and we have to even go up all the way up to Forachel to get one of the guys, and we have to go out to Ered Luin, I think, and even them to collect some people, a couple of people up at Angmar. And so we basically do a trip around the whole place. Now, Candaith's probably going to give us a mission in order to
So the time has come.
Here we go. Here's the mission. Locate Candace's hidden cache at Echad Sul. Where the heck is that? Sword, gloves, and a few other supplies northeast of here, atop a small rise called Echad Sul, in the shade of a tree. Cover the cache. All right, so they all give you something to do. This is a bit like, you know, some really, really terrible bosses that you might get in some of your jobs. This happens where if you want them to actually do anything for you, they give you something else to do first, and then sometimes they don't do the thing for you anyway. You know, the idea is that they'll never do anything for you unless you do something for them first. And that's a little bit like this game, but this is a game, it's not real life. So those bosses, you know, they just need to get their heads examined and say, my job is to, you know, keep things moving and not give you trivial things to do in order to get me to do something for you. Especially true in certain professions. But anyway, never mind that. That's just kind of bullshitty stuff. Here we go. Look, there's some dude up here. Oh, we've completed the Weathertop exploration. I'm presuming we're going to have to beat this guy up. An unsavory gentleman stands where you thought to find the hidden cache. Right, well, let's chat to him.
Looks like you might be easy picking.
He's not going to be. We're way too high a level to be doing these quests. We're 71. These quests are 65, so he had no chance. He should have just given up. But they don't just give up. We'll head back to Candace. Let's get back on our pony. Got the Archer's Steed. This is the Archer's Steed. It's cool, isn't it? Yeah. A lot of cosmetic stuff that you get. I mean, basically a horse is a horse. Once you've got the the elite rider skills and that kind of stuff, makes the horse go at 78%. Let's go down here and not fall over. Oh, we broke our leg. Actually, I was having a bit of fun yesterday because I was doing some crafting in Elrond's library, and the number of people that come through the door and break their leg, because Elrond stands downstairs in his library and there's stairs to go down to him, but basically everybody just runs over the edge and breaks their leg to talk to Elrond, and people are coming in and out all the time to talk to Elrond. So you stand in Elrond's library for a while, you just hear people breaking their leg in the background as they go in to talk to Elrond. It's kind of funny. Okay, map to Breland. Oh, we're going to get shortcuts here. This is good.
We will have need of Cyrodiil's colonies.
We're going to head for Breland and collect Cyrodiil. Cyrodiil, he calls them, right? There's the map to Breland. Where? Let's do this. Let's take us all the way. Double click it. Did I get two maps to? Oh, got a map. Actually, these guys were handing out maps. Didn't need to use the stables. Anyway, there we go. All very interesting. So yes, is this Cyrodiil? No, it's not Cyrodiil. There's another ranger of some kind. Cyrodiil's in his house, I think. Which is down here. He's got a cottage. It's the only ranger that lives inside. The rest of them all live outside like proper rangers. Cyrodiil lives in his little house. And hands out quests when you're level 10, 11, 12, something like that. Anyway, yes. So yes. What other exciting things have been happening recently? So I've been doing quite a lot of video making for a little education website that I've got, if anybody's interested in learning stuff. I'm trying not to put links across different personalities in Facebook because it's kind of...
Aragorn has need of us, and
Kind
that
of.
is all we need now.
Dr. Barliman at the... Right, and then talk to Barliman, Butterbert the Prancing Pony. Yeah, so I've been making a few videos, education videos. I'm trying not to cross-pollute my different streams, as it were. If you Ghostbusters, don't cross the streams, because the education site is... I mean, I suppose I could put a link here to it if anybody's interested. Let me know. But I'm just posting concept videos and little lessons and exam question answers and things. But I've been doing a lot of that recently because my students are coming up for exams and things, and they're not getting a lot of time in school to do this due to timetabling issues. So trying to get them as much as they possibly can to work at home with. So here we are. Here's Bree, the town of Bree, famous for the attack of the Black Riders in the movie. And for the first appearance of, what's his face, Peter Jackson, in a cameo, he appears in the street in Bree eating a carrot or something. Because he's a hard man eating a carrot. I pickled some carrots yesterday. It's pretty interesting. Just going to see if they'll do. I mean, I've in the last year or so. Last year I decided to get a bit healthier. In fact, a little bit before last year, so I stopped drinking alcohol. I didn't stop drinking. I stopped drinking alcohol, and I eased off a lot in my diet. I mean, in some ways, I just tried to make life simpler. You know. You take all the stress out of life, I find, if you don't have to forage every day for food to eat. If you've got a basic, here's retrieve foodstuffs from a crate in the pony. This doesn't sound hard, does it? There's going to be some dude there, is there? Where's the crate? In here somewhere. Here's the storeroom. There we go. Don't tell me I have to carry it all the way back to Searden. Yes, I do. Oh no, I just have to carry it back to Barleyman. Thank goodness for that. Sometimes you have to run halfway across the world carrying something, and you can't use a horse, you can't do anything. Oh, hang on a second, is that done? I have to do this again. Right. Keep doing it. What did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? Don't know. Anyway, as I say, I've been making education videos. I've also been mucking around with other platforms like streaming, and didn't fancy the streaming much. Oh. I didn't fancy the streaming much. I mean, I think one of the half of the problem is I don't have a very good upload speed in this address at the moment. I'm going to get a better upload speed in my other house, and I might try it again there when I've got a decent upload speed. But I think that... Right, he's done, is he? Thank goodness. Talk to Uchtrude in the Prancing Pony. Where's he? Is he in the... Oh, there he is. This might be one of the bad guys.
There'll be changes around here. I don't mind telling you.
Outside the north gate of Bree, right? Okay, we'll do that. See, he hasn't gone yet. Challenge you to meet him outside the pony. Right, off we go. We're going to go and do that. So yes, what else? Been looking a bit at TikTok. Making some videos at TikTok. So I've been doing little concept videos, 1.5 minutes on a scientific topic, and doing that, which is all kind of fun. And yes, so maybe I don't know if anybody wants the links, I can link them up. But really, it's just, if you're interested, I don't know if anybody, one of the greatest things in the world, I think, is a program called In Our Time on the BBC. You can get the podcast, look it up, In Our Time, go to BBC Radio 4, and listen to those, because I've been listening to those for ages, and they've been amazing. So I was talking about diet, wasn't I? Yeah, keep it simple. So basically I decided I would have a basic menu that I would have every day. And then if... Where's this guy? Is this the North Gate? That's the North Gate of Bree. Where is the bugger? Is he here? No, he's not here. No, I have to go back here. Do I have to ring a bell or something? Where the hell is he? He's buggered off. Oh, here he is. Right, we're going to have to fight this guy, I think. Shouldn't be too hard, as I say. These quests are several levels below me.
I don't mind telling you.
What do we do that and that? Bing, bing. Oh, he's away. Run away! Okay, Searden, we'll go and talk to him, and we'll go and get the next ranger. So yes, so I decided that I would just have a very simple diet. So in the morning, I have a cup of coffee and a boiled egg, which I cook in advance. So I've got all the eggs boiled, and I keep them in the freezer. They're actually not boiled; they're roasted in the air fryer. That's a doddle, you know. If you cooking eggs in the air fryer, They basically come out like boiled eggs, but it's so simple to do, and you're saving energy too because it's less expensive to heat up air than it is to heat up water. So there you go. There's a tip. Boil your eggs in the air fryer. Look up a recipe. I just put them in 140 degrees for 12 minutes, and I put 6 in at a time, and the job's done. Then I store them in the fridge, eat them. Okay, so boiled egg and a cup of coffee in the morning. And then at lunchtime I have some cheese, which I just cut from the fridge, and some dried meat, saucisson sec, something like that, and some pickles. I've been eating a lot of gherkins, but I'm thinking, as I said, I pickled some carrots, so we're going to try them. And that keeps that simple. And then in the evening, I have a kind of beefed up
I was
muesli.
right to worry then.
So I've got a basic
Polders
non-sugary
love the
muesli,
Shire and its people.
and I added extra... Talk to Halros in the Greenfields. I wonder if we get a map for this. And I added an extra map to the Shire, map to the Lonelands. Lonelands? Where's the Greenfields? Where's the Greenfields? Let's find out. I think this is in west of Breland. I know where he is. I know where he is. I know where he is. We've seen this guy before. It's over this way. So we're going west. Yes, so in the evening I've got this muesli. So what I do is I make up a kind of a beefed up muesli, but without beef actually. It doesn't have beef in it. But what I do is, you know, when you eat muesli, you think, oh, wouldn't it be nice if there were more almonds and more raisins in it, because they're nice. And so I just got some raisins and almonds, and I get a big bag of muesli and mix it all up in the box with extra raisins and almonds. There you go. So that's my beefed up muesli, and I have that with yogurt. And there's a particular brand of yogurt that's very acidic and lovely and tasty here that I use. So there you go. That's my evening meal, and then I have a couple of oranges and maybe a cup of at tea time, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sometime after I get home from work, I have ginger herbal tea, or tisane, a ginger flavored one, and some ginger nuts. So a bit heavy in the ginger, I suppose, but there you go. And yes, so that's my daily standard meal. So all of that stuff can be bought in advance, and you can just pack it in. So you don't have to go shopping for food. You don't have to worry about whether the things that you want are in the shops. Yogurt's a bit of an issue, but I've learned how to make yogurt. So if the yogurt's not available, I just make some. I've got some UHT milk stored in the cupboard. And yeah, so what it does is it takes all the stress out of things. You don't have to worry, what am I going to eat tonight? Because you've got a basic plan. And then if you feel like having a bit of a splurge, so say on a Friday evening or Saturday evening or Sunday where I've got time to cook, I'll fry up some chicken legs or something, that sort of thing. So what it does takes all the pressure out of life. Also, healthy diet. Nothing in there is, very low sugar, apart from the ginger nuts, really. And the oranges are sugary, but you're eating a lot of cellulose as well, which kind of drags the sugar through your system rather than letting it all be absorbed. So yes, there you go. There's a healthy diet for you, and it's a tasty. Go for something you like. Keep it low sugar. Give yourself plenty of protein. There's nothing wrong with protein and fat. There's nothing wrong with fat. In fact, a lot of people think that, and they're still doing things in the shops, fat-free and all that nonsense. Nothing wrong with fat. Perfectly good for you. You need it. You just don't need to eat too much. Your system is quite good. Your system can basically stop absorbing anything if you've got enough of it in your body already. The only thing it won't stop absorbing is sugar. We evolved in a low sugar, low energy environment, and your body will absorb every molecule of sugar it can get itself, and it has no mechanism for stopping itself doing it, because in the environment we evolved in, there was no sugar. So anytime we found it, our body grabbed it. And that's what hunger is, by the way, if you're interested. The reason you get hungry, or what you call hungry, is because your body's sending you back to get more of the sugar you've just eaten. Am I here? No, I'm still down here. Oh, he is up here, isn't he? Where is he? I'm seeing an arrow. Talk to Halros in the Greenfields. Is he up here somewhere? Oh, I know where he is. He's in the Shire. The Greenfields are in the Shire. Okay. Right. We're a long way from there. Let's get over the bridge. So anyway, we're going to ride through the Shire. It's kind of exciting. Anyway, yes. So, yes, hunger is not actual hunger. Nobody's hungry. Those people who say they're hungry, they're not hungry. You're not hungry until you haven't eaten for a week, right? You know, if you're normal size. If you're a very, very thin person with very little body fat, you're probably hungry after a couple of days, you know, properly hungry. But your brain makes you think you're hungry, because if you found a source of sugar, a source of high energy food, it's so rare in the environment that we evolved in, your brain sends you back to get more. And how does it do it? By making you feel hungry. It gives you that feeling. So that's why when you walk out of McDonald's, right, having eaten a whole pile of hamburgers, and you've stuffed yourself with them, that's why as you're walking out the door you feel hungry, because your brain's trying to send you back to get more of that high energy food, more of that sugar, so that it can store it, and your body won't excrete it either. So your body will store sugar as fat. So you don't get fat by eating fat, you get fat by eating sugar. There you go. Dietary tips, life lessons, everything you need from Journeys in Middle Earth. I think I'm going to stop this video very shortly and stop ranting. But anyway, that's why I haven't been making videos for a while, and I haven't really got a theme. I was trying to do those speeded up videos through the thing, but I just was kind of bored with the journey, so I might get back to them. They're kind of fun to do, but I might get back to them at some point. I have to cross this river. How am I going? No. Can I get across here? Is there a bridge? Find a bridge. Don't want to have to jump off the horse. Gonna have to jump off the horse. Oh no, we're okay. Right, heading this way. So yes, this is the Shire. This is where the hobbits live, and it's pretty. Perfect English countryside, which is what Tolkien considered to be the perfect home. The Shire. So the hobbits live in the perfect home. So yes, there you go. There's a whole lot of information about me recently. Yeah, trying to make useful videos rather than just me wandering around Middle Earth doing mucking about, but every now and then it's good to make one of these, I think. Hopefully it comes out alright. Haven't got the settings anymore that the way they used to be, but this will probably take a while to upload. There's 22 minutes of it. It's quite a long video. Hopefully everybody's okay with that. And there you go. That's a catch-up. Bit of a catch-up. Maybe I'll make one more recently. No, sooner. Not more recently. Maybe I'll make the next one less of a wait for it. But as we've said before, this game is free. Anybody can play it if they want. Just download it and have a go. Wander around Middle Earth. It's great. So, this is where Halrust. There it is. There's the dude. We see him way early in the Hobbit story, actually. The only characters that see him are the starting characters in Hobbit.
There are troublemakers
Land
loose in
in
the
the
Green
Shire.
Hill country.
Deal with the troublemaker in Green Hill Country. I'll go and do that. But I'm going to say goodbye first. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.